Hi, I'm Susan Leonardson. We are going to be talking about domains and what our preferred tech stack is, or as we call it, Geek Stack, is for when we're dealing with domains for our funnels and our emailing. We've been getting a lot of questions around this. So in this video, I'm going to dive into what our recommendations are. Now, I'm not going to get too much into the how to set it up in this video. We have other videos for that that we can link to. But this is more of if you're it's basically to help you not move forward and make a mistake that we're seeing a lot of people make. So let's get into it. Let me know that you're here. And say hello, and let's start. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me get the right screen shared. The first thing that I want you to know here we got the right screen. Okay, first thing I need you to know is we're ClickFunnels users, right? ClickFunnels allows you to buy domains inside of ClickFunnels. However, we highly recommend you do not do that. We strongly caution you against doing that. Time and time again, people come to us who've bought their domain through ClickFunnels with a lot of issues. Mostly, they don't know how to log in and access their DNS area. They don't know how to get their inbox set up. Just so you know, ClickFunnels does not provide an inbox for emails, like coming into your email. You can send emails out of ClickFunnels, but you're not getting emails into ClickFunnels. There is no inbox, at least right now. I don't know if they have plans to do that in the future, but right now there is not. So I'm going to tell you what we use as part of Geek Out and what we use with our clients. So first things first is, okay, if I'm telling you don't buy your domain in ClickFunnels, well, first of all, understanding what that means. When you buy your domain through ClickFunnels, you're getting it through Google Domains. Then that's fine. They set it up that way. They have some sort of thing happen in there with getting that all connected. But in order to manage ownership of that domain and manage being able to do things with that domain other than having it connected to ClickFunnels, you have to be able to log into the DNS, like the actual, or not into the DNS, but you have to be able to access the DNS records, right? You have to be able to access the back end of your domain. If you don't know how to do that because you went indirect, I think, now here's a huge caveat and a huge assumption. With what we're seeing with ClickFunnels 2.0, and this is not verified and not tested, but what we think is happening is that if you're buying your domain through ClickFunnels 2.0, and then you are logged into that, when you are buying your domain through ClickFunnels, it actually is having you log into your Google account. So that's how they're connecting the domain to the account. So you should be able to be logged into your Google account and then access what you need to. Just I've talked to a lot of people where they're like, I have no idea how to get to this. I'm not familiar with what's going on. And we believe there's a much easier way. Also, we're not a huge fan of Google domains. Also, in the news, just like this week, Google Domains is actually selling to Squarespace. So we don't know what that means. We don't know what the implications of that means. We don't know what that means for even ClickFunnels. Maybe it means nothing, but it's not even going to be owned by Google anymore. It's going to be owned by Squarespace. And we're not big fans of Squarespace either, but we can see maybe why they're doing it. All right, so there's all the information you should know. Now, if we're not recommending that, what do we recommend? So I would start with where to buy your domain. Okay, I'm going to pull up my screen here. And this is a domain that I have purchased. Namecheap is our recommendation. Hands down, we buy all our domains here. There are other places you can buy domains. This is the one that we think is the best. It also gives really great prices. You can go get domains. Let's just do a quick search here. Let's say, I don't know, what could we get? Domains are important.com. Try and go with something that I know will maybe be available so we can see what the price is. There's a .domain. Okay, domains are important. .com, $9.58 a year. You can't beat that. And it's actually $5.98 for the year with the code, right? And then even after that, it just goes back to the normal price, right? Like, that's cheap. It's so cheap. And we've never had an issue with Namecheap. We've never had an issue. It's easy to use. They don't try to sell you a bunch of crap. They even include like some of the basic stuff, like the let me see if I can find it actually under products, maybe. No, not under products. They give you the like the hidden like hiding you or like making you your purchase anonymous, whatever that's called. I can't think of what it's called right now. They actually include that. It's free. Other places you have to pay extra for that. The SSL I think is also included, like the security level. You don't have to worry too much about that because the other tech that I'm going to tell you about also can handle that. But the point is, Namecheap's never let us down. It's really cheap, really easy to use. That's a recommendation. Now, in conjunction with that, we never connect to our ClickFunnels account directly from Namecheap. We always go through Cloudflare. Cloudflare is kind of like the middleman. It acts in a way where it makes your domain run more smoothly. It makes the connection more solid. It actually makes your sites that are connected to your domain, your pages, your funnels, load faster because they have that capabilities. Like if I go into one of these, there's where are we at? Speed. Go to speed and optimization, and we just enable all available settings. We do that, and it helps with redirects. It helps with just page load time. Always use HTTPS, right? It just makes it so much better. It also helps with like some back-end coding stuff that's happening, and how that gets loaded onto the pages to optimize how that loads, and that's what's increasing the speeds. So we highly recommend that you always use Cloudflare. Now, Cloudflare also makes the connection into ClickFunnels like really solid. You don't ever have to worry about it. It's also really easy to use because there's not only DNS records, but you can set up page rules. There's Dan Havey has a video all about how to set up your domain inside of Cloudflare to ClickFunnels. I'll make sure we link to that because I don't need to repeat what he's already done, and he's the domain like king. He can teach that all day long. I'm just here to tell you what we use. So you can see like we have all of our domains in here, and the other thing that people are having a problem with is getting their like an inbox set up, right? Like I said, it's like, okay, well, I'm sending emails out, but how do I get emails to me? Like, what if people reply to those emails? Where are they going? For that, we do recommend Google. And I'm going to show you a little bit here about where to go to set this up because this we don't have a video on yet. There's a lot of Google help docs if you want to go to like add and manage domains. But bottom line is that you need to have a Google Workspace account, formerly known as like G Suite account, but now it's called Google Workspace. So if you go to Google Workspace or like Google Workspace, it should take you to where you can create an account if you don't have one yet. I think they start at $18 a month, I think. It used to be 12. I think they upped it to 18. And that gives you a place to have an inbox with your domain connected to it and like an actual professional email for people to email to rather than an gmail.com account. You don't want a Gmail account for your business. You want your domain.com or whatever account. So if you have a workspace and you're logged in, what you can do is go to admin.google.com. And I think that takes you exactly to where you need to be. Yeah. And you can see like we're paying $18. I think we're paying the minimum that you can. I could be wrong on that. But when you're in the admin, there's a domain area. And so you're just going to go and add your domain. Now there's some steps involved. You have to be able to access your DNS records in order for this to happen. But you're going to add your domain. It's going to walk you through. I wonder if I could add the funnel hub. I don't have this one set up yet, but just for an example, let's see if it'll let me do it. It might want to charge me more, in which case I'm not going to do it. Okay, so then it takes you to this. It walks you through it. Look, it recognized that it's in Namecheap. However, what I would do, because right now I just have it in Namecheap, I haven't connected it to Cloudflare. So I would do that first and then do this step, and it would recognize that it's in Cloudflare, and it's going to tailor its instructions to you in that way. But the steps are going to be the same no matter where it goes. Bottom line is you have to go put in some records into it. And I think that this is an automatic system here. So you may not even have to. It does actually say click the manage button, go to advanced settings, then go to next step, and it's going to tell you the records to add in. So you just copy and paste these in according to the directions it's giving you. Just follow it step by step, and then you just go through and it gets added. Then once it's added, we've added your domain. Let me get back to the admin area. Then you have it connected to your workspace account, and it becomes like your there's a verify process, and that's probably the steps that it walks you through. I just didn't complete it, so it's just asking me to verify it again. But it gets connected to like a user. So you can see like this one says add users. We've connected, I'll remove this one. Remove domain. We've connected to this, and this one we don't even use anymore. And so it's saying like add users, but this one's our primary. You can see it says primary domain. So you're going to make it your primary domain. And then what that does is, let me see if we can go to account maybe, or admin roles. Let's go to admin roles. This is, or not, sorry, not admin roles. Let me go back to home, and then it's users. I have to get there like the same way that I get there all the time, or I'm going to get lost. You should have a user here when you create your workspace to begin with. And so when you go to your user, this is where you can verify that your email that you connected, or the domain that you connected, is actually the email connected to the inbox. But not only that, if you need multiple like emails for your domain, so maybe you want a hello at, or a connect at, or support at, or your name at, you can set that all up in here as aliases. You don't even have to set up multiple users, which every time you add a user, you are paying more money. You have to pay per user, but you can actually set up aliases. And where you do that is actually right here in this page. So when you come into a user, so we just have Geek Out Team. Hello, geekoutconnect.com is our main email. But for some things, like I needed to be able to log in. And then like Andrea needed to be able to log in. So we needed like separate emails still connected to Geek Out, but we didn't want to pay for more users. So what we did was, I think it's here. Yep. Click on the user information box, and you can add in aliases. So you just click on this edit button. So you can see we have like a Susan at Geek Out Movement, which we don't use anymore. We have Andrea at Geek Out Movement, which we don't use anymore. This was when we were like choosing a domain, and we went with that one. And then we were like, that needs to be different. So we got Geek Out Connect instead. And so now we have a Susan and an Andrea and a Connect at geekoutmovement.com. If you're not sure what to use, we highly recommend Connect. We like that one. It's kind of fun. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to connect with them. Hello is another popular one. It's used a lot though. We have that one as like our main one, right? But we have like Connect as our, like it's our support email in a way. And then, like I said, sometimes we need to I need to have a separate login, and Andrea needs to have a separate login. So we have our own separate ones. Now you might be thinking well, okay, but where do all the emails go, right? Well, they're all going, if you do it this way, they all go into the same inbox, but you can set up filters and folders in your inbox to keep the emails separate. So you just go in there and set up a filter. I'm not going to pull up my inbox right now because I don't want to show that on the screen, but you can just go into your filters in your actual inbox area, or do a Google search on how to set up inbox filters, and set up a filter. where if emails are addressed to one email, like stick it into this folder or apply a label, right? Like you could do that too. Or you can even have it forward to a different email address. And then if emails are sent to this other email, I'm going to stick a different label on it or put it into a different folder, right? You can set that kind of stuff up. So that'll help you keep organized, or like have it forward to a different email. So like some of I think we have Andrea's get forwarded to her normal everyday email inbox that she uses, and mine get forwarded to my normal everyday inbox that I use. And then we check for emails that go to this one, we check our like main inbox for. So it just depends on what you need to do, how big your team is, what you're setting up. Likely you just need one email, right? We have multiple because there's more than one of us. Likely you're just one person right now. If you're watching this, maybe not. But you would probably just have like a connect or a hello at, and you would just use that. Okay, I think that's all that I have for the email part, but we wanted to just make this clear, like you can set this up. This is how you do it. If you did buy your domain through ClickFunnels 2.0 and it is in Google already, you don't have to go through the step of getting your domain connected first. You should just be able to log into your account, come into your admin panel, come to your home, and add and set up your user, right? That's where you're kind of setting that up. If it's not working for you and you need some help, let us know because we can help. We can help out with that. And we just wanted everyone to know, like, ClickFunnels doesn't handle incoming emails. You need to go set that up. And our recommendation is Google, just because like it's easy. Most of us are familiar with Gmail, like the inboxes are identical, whether you have a gmail.com email or a professional email set up within Google. It's the same. You don't have to go learn a new system and how that works. And then you get when you do set up a workspace, you get a whole area, a whole workspace connected to your business. So now you have like a separate calendar from what may be your personal calendar. And get that all connected up to your like Calendly or SavvyCal or whatever you're using for scheduling. So now you can have that calendar connected to it. So your people can book things right directly onto that calendar. It is great to keep things separate, personal and business separate. If you're still using a Gmail email for your business, if you have a business and you're actively in your business and you're using a Gmail email, I think you should stop. Stop doing that. One, it doesn't look professional. You look like you're running like a side hustle or a hobby business, not like a real business that you're taking seriously. So do that. Set up a professional email. Super easy. Like we're looking at $18 for Google Workspace and $10 a year. So $18 a month for Google Workspace, $10 a year for your domain, and that's all you need. I failed to mention that for Cloudflare, it's free. When you come in here and you set it up, so I'll do like a quick demo as far as I want to take it. But like, let's say I want to come put my Funnel Hub in a Day domain into Cloudflare. Create a free Cloudflare account. You add a site, stick your domain into there, continue. You're going to get hit with these options. Don't do them. Come down here to the free option, click that, hit continue. And now it is asking me to put these name servers into my Namecheap. So you just come right here, find name servers, custom DNS, and then you're just going to click to copy and paste these in here. Check mark. Okay. It says it could take up to 48 hours. .com domains usually don't take that long. Like if we do it's already pulled it in. It's already pulled all this in here. Here's where I'm going to leave off. I'm not going to tell you how to set this part up for connections other than in the Google connecting your domain to Google, follow their directions, do that. But if you're like, I need to get it connected to ClickFunnels also, we got you covered in a different video. But that was super easy. Like now my domain is connected to Cloudflare. And then I handle everything in Cloudflare. This is the DNS record management. We handle it all in here. I never even have to log into my Namecheap. The only time I log into Namecheap is to go buy a new domain and then connect it to Cloudflare. Everything else stays in here. So I'm going to hit continue. It can check. We can go through the rest of the tutorial if you'd like. We got, this is where we kind of were like optimizing, right? So we're going to improve security. Yes, please. Save. Always use HTTPS, which is a security thing. Yes, we're going to turn that on. Brotly, speed up page load times for your visitors by applying compression. Yes, we always have this enabled. It's already enabled by default anyway. We have this enabled on everything we do. We always see an improvement of performance, never a decrease in performance. And then we're finished. I walked you through that. And then actually I shouldn't have clicked that X because that was probably telling me that it wasn't done yet. It takes, I don't know, like 15 minutes, maybe. It says to wait for a few hours, but we can get a domain all the way connected and even connected into ClickFunnels and like going live within like 15 minutes. So it doesn't take long at all. Okay. Awesome. I don't know who that is in the chat, but I'm happy to help you. I'm glad I answered all of your questions. Let me know if there's something specific where you're like, I can't figure out how to do this thing with what you just told me. We'll make like a specific video for that one thing. But I'm glad this was helpful. So awesome. So rundown again, get your domains on Namecheap. Don't buy it through ClickFunnels. After you buy it through Namecheap, let me also say this. If you've already bought it somewhere else and you're not happy with where you've bought it, you can move it into Namecheap. Transfer to us right here at the top. It'll walk you through the process. If you have it in Google Domains already and you're like, I'm not liking, I can't find what I need. Google Domains just sold itself to Squarespace and I don't want to have anything to do with them. You can move it into Namecheap. Just transfer it over. If you're in GoDaddy and you're like, I'm tired of paying these stupid prices, you can transfer it into Namecheap. So Namecheap for domains. Then you connect it to Cloudflare, doing what I just showed you. You're going to watch another video to know what now to change in your DNS records to get it connected to ClickFunnels. You're also going to go get yourself a Google Workspace account, and you're going to add your domain to your Google Workspace account. Then you're going to follow that tutorial. It is going to have you come in here and add some records. It's going to actually add these MX records here, but these ones, if you have ones in here like this that say like register our servers, these actually can get deleted. They're not pointing to anything because I just bought this this domain is not used. These are not needed. If you have been using your domain and you have MX records in there, don't delete them because you might screw something up. But if you know like this is a fresh domain, I've never used it before, you're going to be deleting these and you're going to be adding in new MX records from Google and put them in here. It's going to walk you through. It's going to tell you exactly what to copy and paste in here. Once you've done that, you're going to come play with your user in your workspace. Make sure that your user is the right domain you have set up, the right email. I don't even know what this part of the email is called, right? The name at domain.com. You can add your aliases if you need more than one email, right? You don't need to go buy multiple users for your workspace. Save some money. Okay, that's the recap. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will see you guys later. Hey, Christopher.